All right, perfect. So before we get started, in the chat, put one win that you have had already this week. It can be a win nutrition wise, it could be a win in your lifts. Maybe you hit a PR. It can be personal. One win, put it in the chat. Let's start with some positivity. My win this week was I accidentally hit a PR in my deadlift because I read my weights wrong in my notebook. And I was like, okay. So I put a bunch of weight on there. And then I did it. And I was like, oh shit, that was pretty hard. I didn't expect it to be hard. And when I looked at it, I was like, oh, that makes sense. I actually went a lot heavier than I thought. All right, cool. So put a win, any win in the chat. Could be 175 deadlift. Love that. Love that. That's fire. What is 2 plates? 225, 225 coming soon. I did the grocery shopping for the first time and started following the meals. Love that. Any win, put it in the chat. Missing a couple people. We're shy today. I got 5 out of 5 workouts. Damn, girl. Nice. Nice, nice. Head start. We love that. We love that. Hitting PRs too. We love that. Anybody else that wants to put theirs? I know some people are sometimes driving, so I don't want you to struggle there. All right. But what we are going to do today, we are going to talk about creating your 2023 vision. So if this is new for you, if you, I'm not sure, does anybody ever reflect? Are you the type to reflect on your year? Do you do goal settings, or is this going to be something new for you? So if you have done some type of like goal setting and reflecting towards the end of December, put a me in the chat. Okay, new for me. Okay, cool. That's exciting. Cool, cool. Anybody else? Is this new for you? Just so I kind of get a vibe of like where everybody's at. Because I personally started doing this, I would say like 2-3 years ago-ish. So if this is new for you, put that in the chat. And then we will get it going. So again, I've goals set in January, but usually fall off and forget by December. Yeah. So what I want to do here as well is so this is actually a different approach. I've kind of tried many things. 2 years ago, I would say I did like goals that were so complicated, and there were so many of them, and I had so many papers, and I looked at the end of the year and I was like, oh, I guess I kind of got some of them, but like you lose sight. So I want this to be very visual for us to like keep that in mind. And then also I want to keep touching on these goals. So everything that we're doing right now, you guys are going to hear me say like, okay, in 3 months, quarterly, where are we with these goals? Are you hitting these habits? Are we on track? Things like that. Someone do overall reflection. Love that. I do it for business, but not for personal. Okay. Hey girl, welcome back. So new for me from a personal perspective. Cool. So this is going to be a little bit of a lot of things. And I want you to make this yours as well. So let me just get started. I don't want to take up too much of your time. So let me share my screen here with you. All right, cool. So I will be sharing my screen. If you can see my screen, can you see my screen? If you can see my screen, put a number 1 in the chat. Oh shit. I forgot to take off the animations. That's gonna piss me off the whole time. I hate when I do that. Okay, cool. Perfect, perfect. Okay, so we are going to be talking about creating your 2023 vision. So creating a powerful year. Why are the letters like that? I don't know. Creating a powerful year as a powerful woman. Today, what I want you to think is I know a lot of us, some of us are new, some of us have been in here for a while, so language has started to change a little bit, but I want you to step into that power of genuinely you can do anything, because you guys are so much more powerful than you believe, and I want you to start believing that. And as you start hitting these goals and as you start stepping into that energy, whether you believe it or not, keep telling yourself that these things are going to become your reality. Power is going to become your reality. You are 100% in control of everything that you do in your life. So today, what we are going to do is we're going to talk about a little bit on reflecting, goal setting, and then creating your vision. If you have any questions as the lesson goes on, feel free to unmute yourself or you can put it in the chat. If anything stands out to you as well, you can put that in the chat. I love when these are interactive. So number one, what we are going to do is, reflect. All right, so we're not going to spend too much time on this. And you're also going to have this available for you so that you can do this on your own if you want to spend a little bit more time in terms of any of these prompts. So reflecting, I just have some questions for you. And again, bring out your notebook because I'm going to give you some time to kind of touch base on this. So let's talk a little bit about the old. I want you to start appreciating yourself, showing some gratitude for things that you have accomplished so far this year, and also putting into perspective what kind of a person were you last year and what kind of a person do you want to be in this next year. So if you're kind of looking at these and some of these are like, wow, I didn't step into that power that I had or that I know I should have stepped into. Again, that's why we are doing this, so we can create a much better year. So real quick, I just want you to take a moment to just write some of these down. You could even take a picture of this. I will be sending these in the chat as well so that you guys, in the group, so that you guys can have this. But just take 2 minutes. What were your biggest accomplishments this year? It could be simple. It can be, again, it doesn't necessarily have to be with this process here. I want this to be overall like growing for you. So when I answer these questions for myself, they do come, they are business-wise, they are strength-wise, different things like that. So what were your biggest accomplishments this year? What were your small wins this year? Be very small. Maybe you walked every single day. I think that's a pretty big win, but little small wins. What were some small wins? If you want to just write down the questions so you can come back to them as well, you can. What challenges did you encounter and how did you overcome them? The reason that I like this question is because it really just shows you of how powerful you are and how your ability to overcome all obstacles that come your way. What are you going to leave behind in the old year? Is it going to be a certain habit that you hate that you've been wanting to break out of? Is it going to be people? Maybe somebody in your life is really not serving you the way that you would like to be served. Is it going to be language? Is it going to be the way that you look at yourself in the mirror? Did you make any relationships this year? Talk about how they contributed to your growth. Again, just kind of expressing gratitude and expressing what kind of a person you are. How have you changed this year? What habits do you wish you kept consistent? That maybe in 2022, you were like, oh, this is the year. I'm going to journal every day. I know for me, I was like, I'm not going to snooze my alarm this year. And you guys will see that on my vision board this year. But yeah, didn't go so well for me last year. So what habits do you wish you kept consistent? And what is a piece of advice from this year that you can keep for years and years and years? Again, you can take a picture of this. If things are coming into your head, go ahead and write these down. But I just want to move forward with that. If anyone needs another second, let me know. All right, so today, setting goals. So setting goals is going to trigger new behaviors. It helps guide your focus and creates a healthy momentum in life. So we are going to be talking about different types of goals today. We are going to be talking about goals where we dream big, where we want to be in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, what kind of a person we want to be, that, big dreams. And then we're going to talk about SMART goals. So SMART goals are specific, they're measurable, they're achievable, they're realistic, and they're timely. Because if I say I want to squat 500 pounds, realistically, I can keep thinking about that. But if I don't make that into micro goals, then I'm never really going to achieve these goals. And I'm not going to feel that motivation to keep going forward. So, well, I just spoke about that. All right. Now, Real quick, so we are I want you to start jotting down some goals, okay? But I want the language for the goals that you have for this year to really be very aware of your language. So for example, I'm sorry, these animations are here, they're bothering me too. I'm going to read more, not very specific, right? Not really giving you a timeline, not really showing like, how can you measure this? So instead of I'm going to read more, what's considered more, I'm going to read 12 books this year, one every single month. All right, so you guys can start, as I'm talking, you guys can start writing these down. Another one, I'm going to squat 315. I'm at 200 pounds, right now. So for me to put 115 pounds, again, it can seem like a long stretch and it might not keep me as motivated, but I'm at 200 pounds. I'm going to squat 225, right? It's right there. It's something that I can achieve in the near future, and it's going to keep me more motivated. I'm going to focus on myself, right? Language like that. Instead, I'm going to journal for 10 minutes every single day. What is focusing on yourself? How can we break these down into micro goals? Another thing can be business-wise, right? I don't want this just to be about your body, about anything. It can be, you want to start your own business. That is great. But when are you going to open up your LLC? So I'm going to open up my LLC by this date. So if you have something in mind for your business, for anything that you do in work, this can also be good for you as well. So real quick, I just want you to pause just to write down some of these goals. And I have some of them. So I just wanted to give you some more examples, right? We talked about the old and questions that we can have for the old, but now can we start to think about the new? So what I want you to write down in your journal are, what are 2 ways that you will push yourself out of your comfort zone this year? Where's my pen? I lost my pen. I came to Colombia with like 50 pairs of shorts and crop tops and then like sports bras and like 1 pen. So it's like runs around my house. So what are 2 ways that you're going to push yourself out of your comfort zone this year? What gym strength win will you achieve? Are you going to be hitting 135 on your squat? Are you going to be hitting your first pull-up? Are you going to be able to do 10 push-ups? What are some gym strength wins that you will achieve? Again, notice all of these language. It is not want to. It is not might. It is not hope. It is will. What daily habits will you have? What are your overall financial goals for the coming year? Right? I want this to be bigger than just fitness. Where will you travel? What relationships will you manifest in your life? Are you going to be making more friends at the gym? More people that like to lift? All of these relationships that we have in the group, these are all new relationships that you have brought into your life. So what relationships will you manifest in this new year? And who do you want to be? And another thing, this one I found very interesting, brainstorming 10 to 20 words that can encapsulate the energy that you're calling into this coming year. And then once you reflect on those words, picking one that is going to be your overall intention for this coming year. This is going to be your word for the year. This is the first time I will be doing that. I'm actually very excited to be able to jot down these words. But yeah, so take a moment, write these questions down, start reflecting. And then I'm going to have a little bit of homework for you today. Well, this week. If you need more time on this, let me know. I lost the chat. Oh, I found it. Okay, cool. Okay, next. Now, I want you to start with your big dreams, right? Can we start to dream big? What kind of a person do you want to be outside of these micro goals? Because I really do want you to start to visualize that higher version of yourself. Right? We broke it down to SMART goals, right? We can attain it. We can start crossing these off. Right? I'm going to go to Peru in February. I'm going to hit 225 by mid-year, right? We can start, but what are other things that you want to start visualizing for yourself? And I want you to pause and start to write that down. So jot down a couple things. What do you want? Like it could be maybe a car that you want to get in your future. Maybe it can be somewhere that you want to live. Maybe you don't want to live in the place that you are now. Maybe it's a financial goal that you have. If you work with clients, maybe it's a number of clients that you want to have in your life. If it is retiring by a certain age, I don't know what that can be for you. I'm just spitballing ideas here, but pause to write down some bigger long-term goals. So you're going to make these small micro goals, and then I also want you to start to visualize what is possible and who you want to become. These micro goals are going to help you get to these longer term goals. Maybe I can, what do I want to do? I want to imagine benching like 225. That'd be sick. That would be so sick. All right, so this is going, now we're going to create your vision. So again, this is something that I'm going to give you homework for this week, and we will have some accountability on this as well. But this is in a sense what it is going to look like. All right, so now that we're kind of seeing this, and I'm going to give you some examples so that you guys can start creating what is a vision board for yourself. So getting something, putting these pictures up, having it visual for you so that you have that constant reminder of what are these goals, what are these habits, because realistically, if you set a habit, it could be simple, walking every single day. I'm going to walk every single day, and you miss it for like a week and you're like, oh shit, like I see it in my vision board, I have to get back on my habits. So I want you to start visualizing these goals that you have for yourself. Oftentimes when we set goals at the end of the year for the new year, we put them on a piece of paper, we write them down, that paper goes into, who knows where that paper is. Did we accomplish anything? We forgot the goals that we wrote down. We wrote down too many. So this is going to be your homework for this week. I actually started this with myself. So just to give you some examples, what you can do is have something like this and then get some pictures of things that you want. Right. So Project Fit Chick, as obviously you guys are my heart and soul, traveling more, right? And then I kind of broke that into more specifics. I want to go to Peru. I want to go to Amsterdam. I want to go to Wales. Right? The house that I want to live in, or what I kind of want it to look like, car that I want to have, deadlift 315, squat 225, bench 135. So again, these are all going to be on my vision board because I want to be able to see them. Sponsorships, being a money magnet, right? Nothing wrong with that. Financial goals are always good for you. Coaching that I want to do, impacting more people. You guys know I'm a little spiritual junkie. So these are what I've started to kind of draft out on what I want on my vision board. I am the snooze queen and I cannot get out of bed. So I have started trying to show up every morning as that higher version of myself. So that is what 2023 will be. So again, I just want you to start to visualize what it is that you want for yourself and take your time with this. I just wanted to give you guys an example. I hope you can see this. I didn't even ask if you can see my vision board or if I'm just showing you that same screen that I was on. Because if not, then I'll go back to it. All right. Cool. Okay, cool. Perfect, thanks. If you ever like can't hear me or if something cuts off or if you can't see what I'm showing you, please let me know. All right, so real quick, now that you saw that, now that your ideas are kind of flowing, we asked some questions. I want you to again, pause. We're gonna take like a couple minutes and I just want you to start to implement. Start writing down what are these things that you want in your life. We'll do that in a second. So I'm gonna give you like 3 minutes. 3 minutes. We saw the vision board, right? This is what it's going to look like. What are the pictures that you intend to have for yourself? You kind of saw mine, dreaming big, things that I want in the long term, have a gym in my house, things that I want in my short term, not snoozing, hiring a new coach, getting a sponsorship. If anybody knows Dolls Kill, where I get my platforms, please get me a sponsorship. So I'll give you a couple minutes to visualize. This is basically going to be kind of like your rough draft. And I think your real rough draft will be this week when you actually implement, when you take time to find these pictures. I find that's the easiest way. What I did was I went on Google and I just started typing things up, and then I kind of put them into a Google Doc. You can also do magazines, make it all cute that way. But again, it's really just to visualize. As you guys see, I really want a Tesla, so I keep putting it up. Do we have any questions so far? No? All right, cool. All right, so now the last thing. This is going to be the most important. Today we went over everything, the questions that you're going to ask yourself, kind of getting an idea of how we can start goal setting. But now it's going to be actually doing this and actually making it visible. So what I want you to do right now on your piece of paper is I want you to set a date. It could be one date that you're going to put everything together. You're going to get your pictures, you're going to get everything, you're going to do it all in one night. It could be 2 days. As you saw for me, I kind of did a draft and then I let it sit, I let it marinate. I went a week and then, or a couple of days, and then I'm going to implement it. So when are you going to do this? I want you to write that down right now. Look at your calendar. What is available for you? Is it Friday? Is it Saturday? Is it morning? Have a day for yourself. When is it going to be? So also schedule in getting your supplies. Get a board, get a poster paper, whatever that is. Get markers. You can make it pretty if you're artistic. You can print out pictures, get them printed, decorations. Get yourself a meal. Create maybe a vibe. Are you going to light a candle? Are you going to have incense going? When I did mine, it was Friday night. I had like a glass of wine. I had a nice meal, and I just started like snowballing ideas. But I want this to be time for yourself, right? Make this time to start to implement who is the person that you are going to show up as in 2023. And then, of course, implement, have a day to yourself, put it all together, and then make it visible. Put it in a place that you can see it daily. This is actually something that I got from someone where I'd see their vision board every single day. And I'm like, why don't I have a vision board? And when something is so visual to you and you see it, these goals that I have, showing up to the gym, maybe it's going to the gym 5 times a week. When you see it and you remind yourself of that, when you're having a bad day, it can help you like push past that. It can help you through those unmotivated days because you know the person that you want to show up as every single day. Another thing is once you accomplish some of these things, so for example, like I'll bring it back to mind, when I go to Peru, boom, check off my vision board. Amsterdam, boom, check. Hit 135 on bench, boom, check. So these things start to become reality, and that's again how you start to see yourself and feel that inner power of you because you have control and you are getting things done. And that is it. I appreciate you guys listening. As always, thank you so much. And let me close this out. Do we have any questions? Oh, my foot fell asleep. Questions? Yes, Linda, go ahead. If you have a question, you can just unmute yourself.
Does this have to have like, is there a due date or are we setting the date?
So I would prefer to have it because next week I want to have a call as well. So if we can, does 1 week work for everybody? Are we all good for like next Tuesday to have this done?
Give me a moment. I'm like flipping between apps.
You're good. Yeah, I'm thinking if we can get a week, this way we can start to implement that. And it's really the actual, I know it can seem like it's a ton of time. It's not a ton of time, and I think it'll make you feel very good. It's just about making that time for yourself. So let's give it a week. Yeah, a week seems manageable. Great. So this way you have like the week to kind of get set up. You have the weekend. I'll post reminders and then we can start posting it as well. Once yours is complete, I will be doing mine on Saturday. And then once I do, I'll post a picture in the group. Cool. A week is fine. Cool. We're all good with the week. Perfect. So I'll post mine in the group. If you finish yours earlier and you want to put there, again, you guys know this is 100% judgment-free zone. If there's something that you want to cover on it, you can put a piece of paper, cover whatever, but we don't judge here. Dream big, put your financial goals, put your like, I don't know, it could be anything, any dreams of you being anything. Nothing is unrealistic here. So we can put that in the chat. I mean, yeah, in the group. Any other questions? No, okay, cool. Was this helpful for you? How are we feeling? Let me see. I would say something that resonated with you today. Again, you guys know I like to make this super active. So in the chat, let's put just one thing that really resonated with you today. If this is new for you and maybe the whole thing kind of resonated, or maybe it resonated that you weren't really setting these goals or setting this time for yourself. What is one thing that resonated with you from today's chat, and put it in from today's call and put it in the chat. Don't be shy. Small wins count. It's more than fitness. Yes. Yes. What I like to do, so yeah, so reevaluating the wins, because I mean, and the vision, I like to do the first draft and then second draft, because after I did that first one, I started to think about what are more things that I kind of want. Do I want to have people in there? I haven't decided if I wanted to have like people or like pictures of people, but maybe you can have your family on there as well. So that's something that I've been letting kind of sit with me. So what I would recommend is like get your first draft in like ASAP. So this way, like when you're actually building everything, you can start to add more. You can start to add your word all across. You can start to put like mantras for yourself. This is my first time doing it, so I'm probably, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but we'll see how artsy I get. Thinking about more possible things for my life and dreaming big, like being allowed to break. Yes, love that. Make it a point to make time to do something like this for yourself rather than have it as a fleeting thought. Yeah, there's so much that goes on in the holiday season, and I just want you guys to like have that time. And the reason that I wanted to do this earlier is because I feel during the holidays shit gets crazy. Like you have events, you're seeing your family, like maybe you're off of work, things get crazy. But when we start to do this now, mid-December, we can start showing up as that person now. We don't have to wait until January 1st to start doing these things. Instead, we can start getting the ball rolling. Seeing the goals and writing it down actually helps in us reframing our mind to complete the goals that and even surpassing. Yes. Ooh, I like that. Surpassing. Getting my strength goals. I'm like so set on my like deadlift, bench, and numbers. So if I can surpass that, that'd be great. I'll keep you guys posted when I hit them. All right. So I appreciate that. Last thing before you go, put in the chat one goal that you have for yourself. One goal. Any goal. One goal. Let's make it, we won't make it a dream big goal. Like maybe not something that you're gonna have. I want it to be something that you are going to do. And when you write it in the chat, language. So I want to, I hope to, or I might, I'm going to, like, I will what? What will you do? Every single thing that you guys start saying that is going to happen in your day has to be an I will. I hope I'm going to get all my workouts. I will get all my workouts done. I will go for a walk every day. I will wake up on time tomorrow. Everything has to be an I will. If you haven't noticed already, I correct everybody's language when we say hope or try. I hate the word try. You're either gonna do it or you're not. I will do a workout after this call. Yeah. We love that. I will stay consistent in planning. Yes, especially making sure I hit my steps and getting my workout in. Yes, planning your day. I have my little book. I always say my book, but I leave it next to my bed. If I don't, I feel like I can't sleep without like writing in that book now because it's become such a habit. And I put like 7 a.m. to 7:30, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., like exactly hour by hour. And everything feels like I'm so in control because of that little book. I will allow myself time to rest and recover. Okay. Maybe a little yoga sesh needed. I have a yoga sesh if you want me to send you one, Sarah. I just have to dig it up. I will wake up earlier and create a morning routine rather than rolling out of bed and rushing. Okay. Ooh, if you want to be accountability partners for that, I am so down. I will spend 15 minutes each day to make a simple plan that leads to executing the vision. I love that. So these things that we're doing, remember, do not lose sight of reflecting on your day. How was my day? How was my week? We need to start reflecting because if you don't reflect, everything that you do on a day-to-day is just like going. Like, did I accomplish what I wanted to? How can I make tomorrow even better? So I like the 15 minutes. And again, when we think of that, if that habit ever falls off, because it happens, like you can't expect yourself to like be 1,000,000% consistent all the time. I like the 2-day rule. That is my favorite rule, that you cannot miss a habit 2 days in a row. So if I don't journal today, I cannot miss tomorrow. Obviously, you don't want to be a person that's every other day doing like their habit, but if you miss a habit today, tomorrow I just gave you guys finger rub stick. If you miss a habit today, you cannot miss a habit tomorrow. I will put myself first and not get pulled down by yes, we love that. Oh, I have another lesson that I can send you, Rhonda. I'll send it to you after the call. I know we had a call today. I will put myself first. Okay, so making time for yourself. Remember, making time for yourself. Make it attainable. How will you put yourself first? Is it a certain time of the day? Is it 15 minutes to yourself? Make it very specific, because if not, you're like, oh, did I kind of put myself first? Yeah, but like how? What does that mean to you? Cool. So I love these goals. Big fan of the goals. Any other questions before I let you guys go? Any questions, either on this, or it can be random, maybe something that you've encountered in the gym this week, any nutrition questions, anybody want to share something, feel free discussion. Yes, Jen.
And around the holidays, because I am.
What'd you say? I'm sorry, you kind of broke up.
I said, is it this hard to stay consistent around the holidays? Because I am struggling.
What are you struggling with?
Well, it probably doesn't help that I've been traveling for work and I've been literally like, I feel like a ping pong. I'm just going back and forth, back and forth. So I feel like even when I set an alarm, I'm hitting the snooze button and then I'm rushing, and I don't like it. I just want the holidays to be over already because I feel like it's just messing me up.
Okay. When you're snoozing the alarm, you're waking up a little later, and then you're rushing after that.
Yeah.
Right. So how do you feel when you're rushing?
It feels awful.
Feels awful.
I hate it because I can't take my time, and like, it's just annoying. So, I mean, I like that the holidays are coming because I get to spend time with my family, but I kind of just want to like jump back into my routine. So it feels that way. I feel you.
Yeah, definitely a sense of anxiety. What I would recommend for that when it comes to snoozing, I tell you, like, I'm so bad with it and I've been getting better, just wake up on time. I find that the way that I fall asleep and the intentions I have before I go to sleep are much bigger. So if you're going to sleep and you already feel tired and you already feel like you gave everything to everybody else, bring it back to yourself. So are you journaling at night?
I try.
Okay.
Gonna ask you to.
Try. You're doing it or you're not? Are you journaling at night?
I'm not, but can you
Okay.
add the notification? I feel like
Yes, so I'll add that to you. Let's see, this week, journal 10 minutes, get yourself together, map out your next day, and write out your morning routine and what time you're gonna wake up. And even write down for yourself. I like to like lie to myself in a sense because then I believe it. Like I'm gonna wake up on time and I'm gonna have so much energy in the morning because I allowed myself to rest and I gave myself time at night. So maybe create a little mantra like that. Let me know if that works. Do you feel like that was helpful or what are your thoughts?
no. I feel like the nights where I'm like I'm going to the gym in the morning are usually the mornings where I do go to the gym. So maybe I just need to be like I'm going to the gym this morning or I'm going for the walk. So like if I don't do one, I at least do the other.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So-
Yeah. So let's I'll add that habit for you, but 10 minutes. Breathe.
Okay.
Just breathe. My parents get here today and I am literally about to have the same panic attack that you're having. So I will be here breathing with you.
Sounds good.
I'll check in with you this week, see how you're doing with that.
Sounds good.
Do we have any other questions? I like that. I think holidays, if you really can just take 10 minutes in the morning, midday, like at the end of the day to reflect, how was your day? What am I doing tomorrow? It helps. Any other questions? No, we're good. Okay, cool. So you guys have 1 week. Get your vision boards in. I'm very excited to see them. If you're not artistic, that's okay. Try your best.
Wait, I have one question.
Go for it.
What's required for the check-ins?
Okay, this is your first check-in.
Yes.
So you are gonna get a message from me and it'll tell you exactly what you're gonna do.
Okay.
Yeah, so we just switched from Monday
Wednesday.
check-ins. Yeah, so usually you would get the message on Sunday, now it's Wednesday, but you got all the information that told you the opposite. So tomorrow you'll get a message from me, and then you'll fill out a form and then I'll get back to you. It'll tell you everything that you have to do.
Thank you.
Good. Any other questions? Are we good? All right, awesome. So again, as usual, I appreciate all of you taking some time to be here with me today to learn to become a higher version of yourself. After this call, take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, brain dump. What did you learn? What do you want to implement? And schedule those things in. When are you getting them done? If you don't schedule them, they're not happening. Cool. Alrighty, I will see you all soon. Bye. Have a wonderful day or night and a wonderful rest of the week. And don't forget to get your check-ins tomorrow. You'll get a message from me tomorrow morning. All right, bye.